Hey guys, thanks for stopping by my channel. My name is Fatima, and on this channel we have conversations about all things faith, soul, and beauty. So if you're interested in any of those things, make sure you subscribe. And in this video, I'm actually going to be talking a little bit about how I have been dealing with my depression. If you're interested in learning more about my journey and what I do to kind of deal with it on a daily basis, thumbs up this video and stay tuned. I want to say that this video is sponsored by the app called SOULBEAUTYCHAT, and you'll understand why very quickly. When it comes to the soul portion of my channel, I love to talk about mental health. It's very important, especially in the Black and brown community, because we don't have enough conversations about it. It's not normal in our communities a lot of the times to talk about it. So I like to use my platform as a place to talk about that. And in videos in the past, I've shared a little bit of my story, so I won't give you the full rundown. If you want to know in depth my entire story, click that little eye up in the corner to learn more about it. But basically, I've always known that something was just a tad bit off when it came to my mood. I can think early as maybe 9 or 10 years old, having feelings of sadness and not really knowing why. I always just thought that it was normal. I always just thought that's just how I was. I never for once thought that there could be something off until I was probably about in my early 20s is when it registered that okay, something might be off. And that's because I had a lot of really big life changes started happening around that time. That sadness and that depression that had kind of been just in the background and I wasn't really sure what it was, came full force to the surface. After that point, when I had those really huge shifts in my life and everything started changing, it pushed me into a depression, and then I got to a really unstable point where it scared me, and I knew that I had to start paying attention to my mental health. So it was still a slow process. I didn't immediately say, I think I have depression, let me go to the doctor, let me figure out what's going on, let me get a therapist. No, it started with just opening up with one friend, my best friend. I started opening up with her about how I was feeling, some of the thoughts that I was having, and we just started having conversations about that. I learned that she was struggling with a lot of the same things. So that was the first thing for me, was just opening up about it. After I opened up about it, one of the biggest factors for me was my faith. If you've been following me for a while, you know that my faith is a huge part of my life. And if you want to learn more about that, like I said, click the little eye to learn more about my personal story. But my faith was a huge catalyst in all of this. To me, it wouldn't be possible to deal with it without having the faith that I have. So after that component, I would say the third thing that I did was seek help outside of my friend, getting professional help. So after years, of course, this is over years, not just suddenly, I started working with a therapist. I've been working with a therapist probably for almost a year now, or maybe a little bit longer. So I did that. I also started including a lot of different herbs and supplements into my lifestyle to kind of help balance my mood, because I personally didn't want to take the route of pharmaceutical medication. And then there's other tools that I use. There's other resources that I use, like this SOULBEAUTYCHAT app. So I was actually so excited when they reached out to me to create this video, because it's a topic that's very near and dear to me. Let me tell you guys about the app. If therapy is not something that you can afford, or if you feel like you don't have anyone immediately around you that you can talk to, this app is a great alternative. I don't think that it is a replacement to therapy. I do feel like if you believe that you have depression, one, getting a diagnosis might actually help. I actually did that when I went to my doctor. They confirmed it. They did tests and all that stuff, and they actually confirmed it, which almost gave me a sense of relief, because I was like, okay, it's not all in my mind, it's not all in my head. And then if you can't afford therapy, because I know that therapy is expensive and not everyone can afford it, I think this is a good alternative until you can get to that point. The app is called SOULBEAUTYCHAT. That's WOE, W-O-E, bot. And it's basically a beautifully designed app that almost resembles like a text message conversation, and you chat with this robot that basically gets you to unpack some of the emotions and feelings that you're having. So for me, how I like to use this is in between therapy sessions, when I can't just call up my therapist and be like, hey, this is happening, this is how I'm feeling, it's causing me to feel X, Y, and Z. I'll use this app. So I'll turn to the app and say like hi or anything to start the conversation, and it'll basically prompt you and guide you with certain questions to get you to open up about how you're feeling. Sometimes it may just be you just want to vent. I know for me, a lot of the times when I'm going through certain emotions, a lot of the times I really just need to get it out of my mind and express it to someone else, and I usually feel a lot better afterwards. So that's an option. Or you can select the option of actually getting help. And if you select the option of getting help, it's really cool because they'll start giving you different prompts and questions to help you further reflect on what it is that you're feeling, to kind of unpack it a little bit so it doesn't feel as overwhelming. It also gives you takeaways, like as if you were talking to a therapist. You'll say, okay, I want you to, after you discuss it and you realize that there's certain things that you can be doing to kind of shift how you're reacting to situations, it'll give you almost like a challenge and say, okay, I want you to try this for the next 3 days or the next 7 days and see how you feel. And I think that's really awesome because it keeps you accountable in a way. And if you turn on the notifications, of course, you'll get notified on a daily basis with check-ins. You'll get notified like little like just checking in, just want to see how it's going, which I think is really awesome because it does create, even though it's a robot, it does create a sense of there's someone that is invested in my feelings and someone that is here to listen and to validate what I have to say. And that's a lot of what therapy is. Like I said, I don't think it is a replacement, but I do think it is a good supplement if you can't afford the real thing, or in between sessions, the way I use it. So that's my thoughts on the app. And personally, I really like it. It's something that I've started to incorporate into my day-to-day. And I really just wanted to share it with you guys in hopes that you give it a try, and let me know if so in the comments if you do. But before you head out, I would love for you to share down in the comment section if you have ever tried therapy. What's your thoughts on therapy? If you're watching this and you're in the midst of a very dark depression, know that I'm sending you love and light and hoping that, you know, you can turn your situation around. I really believe that we can with the right tools and resources. I really think that it is possible to thrive in the midst of our depression. So I can't wait to hear from you down in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, make sure you thumbs up and turn on your notifications, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.